So, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this course. As you know, in this course, we are following a different way. We have theoretical part of the course, and we have lab session. In addition, our students are doing projects, and the proposal, all proposals are prepared by our students, and their suggestions. They are suggesting what they want to do. This time, we had two students, Noah and Johan. They prepared a project. I would like to have, first of all, your introduction, introduce yourself, and later begin your presentation. This is your time. Go ahead.
All right, my name is Noah Leiker.
My name is Juan Pena, and together we brought to you a home security system. Okay, so the introduction to this, we wanted to make something simple yet what's the word? Sophisticated. And as you can see here, we wanted to make something that any American could use in your common household. This system can be activated and deactivated through the use of a keypad. It has the ability to warn you if there's someone trying to break into your house, or if there's some sort of house fire. This alarm will also be able to tell you, but with a different beep, so you can tell if it's someone breaking in or if it's a fire.
So I'll go over some of the components. We used the ultrasonic sensor and a flame sensor. Both of those, as he just explained, will set off the alarm if triggered. And then we have the LED just for a visual confirmation of the buzzer. And then also we just have the buzzer, which makes the noise, the alarm sound. So we also have a 1602 LCD as our little screen component, and then we have our 4x4 keypad, which we will enter the passcode on, and then we also use it to activate or to change the passcode. And then our final component is just the Mega 2560, the board that which everything runs through that. So for our project, the alarm has to be activated first. Once it's activated, you can then trigger it by either using the ultrasonic sensor or the fire sensor. And if it's the fire sensor, it'll have a high pitch. The buzzer will be high pitched and it'll buzz like quickly. It'll sound like much like a fire alarm is, like in the school or whenever there's a fire alarm going off in a building, it sounds like that. And then for the ultrasonic sensor, it's a little bit of a lower pitch sound, and it also buzzes a little slower. So you can definitely tell the difference, and hopefully through the videos you'll be able to hear the differences in the buzzes.
So right here is what we put up together for the Proteus. Most of the things here are pictures because Proteus is missing a lot of the components that we used here. But as you can see here, we have the Arduino Mega. We have over here the keypad, which is connected right through here, and then we have the LCD that's also connected. If we follow the cords, it's hard to see, but they're all kind of color-coded. It goes to the ultrasonic sensor and the buzzer. So whenever this detects something, it'll send that message to the LCD and also the buzzer, which has also the flame sensor and a resistor, just so it's not too much voltage, with the LED that helps you determine if it's going off. It helps you see if power is going through it, basically. And here is a video for it.
Here's a video for our ultrasonic sensor.
Is this the one just setting it? Where's that though?
This is set an ultrasonic sensor, you'll see it.
Oh, is there no sound?
So how do we get sound through the system?
Yes, ma'am. I have to check.
That way you can hear the buzzer.
It's not a school, you can't hear it.
Can you run again? you can show that.
I can show it over here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, you can show that because I don't know how can it.
I mean, it should be sound resolution, so maybe it's just
the system volume on?
Yeah, that's what
The
I was
OS?
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know how loud it's gonna be.
Let's test this fire alarm.
See, it was detected. We put in the temporary code, which is 1234, and it shuts the alarm off.
Yeah, you enter the code, then you press star, and it'll shut it off.
Basically, yeah.
I'll show it one more time.
And it shuts it off. The cool thing about this is you can actually change the password from the temp password to whatever you want it to be. But here's the fire sensor one.
Yeah, so here's a view of the fire sensor working. If you listen closely, you should notice the sound, the pitch should be higher and it should buzz a little quicker.
And it
The
sounds
pitch
like
is
a
higher
fire
and it
alarm.
buzzes quicker. And I'll show it one more time.
And here's the one that changed the passcode.
You know, we want to get a nice close-up view of this one so you can actually watch what he's doing as he's programming it into the thing.
Press B. You put in your old password, which in this case is 1234, followed by your new password, which here is 1245. But again, you can set it to whatever you want. And then we can set the alarm here.
So A will activate it. So the new
sets
passcode
the
is
alarm.
set and now he's activated it.
It's kind of like a timer just to, before it's activated. And then here, I will attempt to put in the old password, 1234, but that doesn't work anymore because it has a new password, right? So we go in 1245, and that stops it.
It's super simple, change the passcode. All you have to do is press B and it's super easy.
And then here we have the very convoluted code we had set up for it. As you can see, beginning we include our libraries, and then we define the buzzer, the trigger, and the echo for it. And then here is a lot more stuff for it. Everything's going to be used later. Basically, this is where you set everything that you're going to use for your code. Right here, it's not over here, but right here is basically you're setting up the keypad for it.
Yeah, you're defining like the rows and the columns and the digits.
And then we go on to the liquid crystal and defining that. And then we have the setup here, which basically the code, it just runs by it once. And then the loop is the thing that, you know, it loops. So we have the active alarm here, the countdown. We had it set to 15 here, just for a longer demonstration of it. As you can see, there's notes over here, like setting the buzzer as the output, the trig pin, and the echo pin. And then here we have everything for the countdown, if you want to go to the next slide. And then over here, basically, this is when you activate the alarm. If alarm is activated, then it gets the distance from it. And if it's too close, if it gets to a certain distance, that's what makes it, this is the alarm for that. And then you would have to enter the password to change that. And then if it's not activated, you have two options. You can press A to activate it, or B to change the password on it. And then if you press A, you start the alarm. And if you press B, you get through the process of choosing your new password. And here they're all determined, so the computer knows what to look for. Next one. And then whenever you press the asterisk on it, that's what sets the new password for it. Again, same process over here, determining what key is being pressed. And then I believe over here is also the temp password. And then if you want to go to the next one, please. So it's just a bunch of repeating stuff. Most of the code consists of the keypad and getting that to work. And then there's the three different things it can do is set the alarm, change the password, and then deactivate the alarm for it. And then this is a code over here for it to determine for the sensor to go off, basically. The duration, and then it calculates the distance for you as well. And then
So I want to go over just some of the problems we encountered. The main problem was we wanted to incorporate the 1602 LCD, the little screen. We wanted to say like different messages depending on where it was at. Like at the beginning, it would say press A for activate or press B to change password. And then as you go through, if you entered the wrong password, it would display a message saying incorrect password. But we had a lot of trouble implementing the code for that, so we weren't actually able to get it to work, but we still wanted to like kind of include it in part of the project just to kind of show that these things it's not easy, and maybe we were a little too ambitious starting off, but it was definitely something that we wanted to do, and if we had more time, I think we could have probably tried to figure out how to implement it. But that was just the main problem. Also, like some of the wires, it does get a little crazy when you just have wires upon wires just building. It's very hard to navigate to make sure each thing goes correctly, but yeah, really the only main problem was the 1602, the LCD component. And then in conclusion, so we created the home security system. So we used the ultrasonic sensor, the fire sensor, and a keypad. And the system, the thing that's cool about it is that we really could apply this to a real home if you wanted to. You could easily add more ultrasonic sensors if you wanted to cover multiple windows, multiple doors. You can also add more fire sensors around like different parts of your house. So if there's like a small fire that starts in like one room, if you have a sensor in there, it would trigger the alarm right away. So it could very easily be applied to like a real home. It could be a real home application.
look at it right here. As you can see, our cable management is not the best, but there's still a lot more cables that were here when we're still trying to figure out all the troubleshooting for it. But if you want to see it at work, we press A. That's setting the alarm. That's kind of like a warning. It's saying in 9 seconds, if you count the beeps, it's 9 seconds. And then, see, it's going off. We put in the old password. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, asterisk. Ooh, I messed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuts the alarm. And then we can also do changing the password if you want. So we press B, right? So we put in the old password, 1, 2, 3, 4. Press asterisk to go to the next one. Someone give me a random 4-digit number.
9322.
9322. Okay. So we'll put in here 9322. The password is set.
9322.
9322. It's gonna go through it.
My last name did WEBB 9322.
Yep, there it is. So we put in the old password first to see 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't work anymore. So we do 9322. Oop, I messed it up. 9322. I think I forgot your password.
Good.
9322.
Did you accidentally put it in wrong the first time?
There it is, 9322. But yeah, any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Oh, sorry, go
So
ahead.
we basically okay. The flame or fire sensors is the basis of how fire alarms work, yes?
Yes.
So how would you explain how they use it in buildings like this to sense when a fire is happening?
I believe the fire sensors that are mass produced are a little different. They don't actually sense the fire, they sense the gases.
Smoke,
Yeah, the gases in the room.
So you guys actually did fire versus smoke.
There is like a gas sensor, but we just chose to go with the fire sensor because it's easier to replicate with just a frame. You can't really simulate doing gas to trigger the sensor. That's much more difficult than just like a lighter for the flames. That's why we chose that.
You know, or really, did you give yourself CO2 poisoning?
Not about that.
Can't imagine why.
Good question. Over here.
Okay, there are many questions here.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, first Justin.
I just wanted to know how long did it take to come up with the programming for the
We spent maybe 4 days
Nice.
getting everything as it is right now. And honestly, with more time, we could even add even more to it.
What was the most difficult thing?
The most difficult,
Absolutely the LCD.
the
screen.
LCD,
It was-
setting up the screen, because whenever you got that to work, the keypad would stop working. and where the keypad worked, the screen would stop working. So it was really difficult finding that balance between the two. And then let's go with Boris over here.
So I know Sale said like if you have more ultrasonic sensors, you can hook them up to cover more area, more windows and places in your house. Is that true also if you had more fire or smoke sensors? Like say you're like you only got one sensor, it's up in like the kitchen, but your fire's in the basement. Like could you add more sensors to cover more area?
Absolutely. You can
Okay.
have more in different rooms. You definitely would want them in different rooms, otherwise your whole house would be on fire by the time you got to the actual room. There's not much point of an alarm. at that point.
Theoretically, you could set up an ultralight sensor at all your windows, all your entrances, and then set up the smoke ones or the fire
Yeah,
ones.
You could do the gas ones as well too.
Yeah.
We just chose to do the
And you
fire.
could just set those up at like major points or rooms that would be prone to a fire accident, like a kitchen
Yeah.
or like a basement.
Kitchen, or
anything
even
like
like bedrooms with like lamps. Sometimes just electricity can like spark and light something on fire. So.
Alright, Michael.
What's the maximum distance that our sensor will pick up a flame?
Flame.
It's not very long. It's just small, and I mean, it came with the kit, so it's not like super high quality. I think it's like 2 feet. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you get obviously the more higher quality, the higher up you go. You can get them to sense like an entire room, even just like the tiniest trace. It'll trigger, even if like the flame expires, it'll still trigger. They get very complicated and very sophisticated the higher up, and the more money you're willing to spend on them. Any other questions?
Any more questions? Nobody?
Thank you very much.
Okay, applause please.
Now, that's something on fire test.
Yeah.